Hey everyone, it's Curtis here, just coming with my latest review. I'm going to do a review of the game Ogre Battle 64. I've seen an older game meant for the Nintendo 64 here. So, yeah, Ogre Battle, to me it's a very classic game. Like I said, it's Nintendo 64 there. And, and like I said, older game too, but it's one of the advantages of doing your own reviews and having your own website and just review whatever I want. Anyway, I can easily say that Ogre Battle 64 is one of my all-time favorite games ever made, honestly. So I'll just try and make this quick and show you everything. If you ever played the older Ogre Battle game for the Nintendo consoles, you'll probably be familiar with a lot of this stuff. So this is the map screen. This is where you do all the missions. Well, this is the area where you manage your units. And what I like in this game is that there is a lot of variety and stuff here. And, by variety I mean all the different units here. Like, you have all these different guys. Like, you have this is your main character. Usually it's not named Emmanuel, but, it's just the save file here. But, I mean, there's lots of hero units, like, the main character, his dad, your friend you make at the beginning of the game. Just all these other, heroes. And then there's a lot of the normal characters, paladins, Black Knights, Freyas are kind of like, warriors of magic. You even have angels, monsters, other types of monsters, undead, a demon, dragons. So there's lots of variety. And what's kind of cool is you can kind of individualize each of these units here. Like, you can equip them with weapons, they'll change their stats. You get all the usual stats, level, experience, HP. This here tells you how many times this unit will attack, per turn, which I'll show you in battle. The thing that really makes this game stand out is your characters can be good or evil. It's right up here, this little C here. C stands for chaotic, while L stands for lawful, and that basically means your guy's good or evil. So, that's cool too, because that can have influence and stuff in the game. There's also what's called legions. This is what this is for, and this just means that 4 units be grouped with the main unit, but they're kind of useless, so no one really bothers. You got, it's the other stuff, unit commands, legion commands, class commands, items to equip, and exit. So, go and exit out of there. Yeah, like I said, this is the map screen, so this is where you go all the missions. These are all it's like one of the last missions in the game. Hugo Report tells you information. Area Investigation lets you check out an area after you beat it. Training's a new feature, which is really cool. Lets you train your units, to get experience. So it's good for leveling up weaker guys. Settings and saving. And that's it for the map screen, really, so we'll just go ahead and get started there. But yeah, like I said, Ogre Battle 64, easily one of my all-time favorite games as far as RPG and real-time strategy. And if you're a fan of RTS games or RPGs, more RPG, just not a whole lot of strategy to it, but if you're a fan of RPGs, you'll like this. If you don't like them, then probably not so much. If you don't know what I'm talking about with, kind of open field RPG style, I'd say give it a try because you might still like it. I mean, to me, this game rates up there with Final Fantasy VII as one of the best RPGs ever made, hands down. Yeah, I like it because the game is it's very episodic, it just has a very dramatic feel to it. I mean, a lot like Final Fantasy VII, it doesn't have the best graphics. I mean, I guess for the time they weren't too bad, but Nintendo 64 wasn't exactly cutting edge technology. It doesn't have the best graphics, doesn't have voice acting, you gotta read everything. The story is the most original. Basically, the gist of it is you're a guy from a rich region, you join the military, and you go and serve in one of the more poor parts of the country, I guess. And the story kind of just blossoms from there, and it's like anything else. The stakes just become much higher, so that's really how that goes. If you haven't played the game, I suppose I don't want to spoil anything for you. It starts off with you working for the army to being part of the revolution in the country. You gotta fight demons and all this stuff. The story, it's very dramatic. You really get to feel for the characters, the main character and whatnot, and all of his friends, so I enjoy it a lot there. And what's really cool about this game is that you feel like your actions do have an effect, like a consequence to it, because throughout the game you get choices that you can make that are kind of good or bad, and depending on those choices you make, it can directly impact the story a little bit. Like that one guy I showed you earlier, his friend, Dio is his name. You know, if you make wrong choices, Dio will actually leave your team, and then you fight him later on. You know, or like his father, you make the wrong choices, you kill your father instead of him joining your team. So there are all these different things you can do that'll impact the game and also impact what kind of an ending you get. So that's really cool too. And that only problem when you're doing a review, there's a lot of talking, and not so bad if you're playing the game and enjoying it, but if you're trying to make a review, kind of an annoyance. Anyway, this is kind of cool. Before every mission, you get this little briefing here. You know, it just tells you about the map, you know, what's going on. You know, basically it's always the same. You know, here's your base, here's the enemy base, march on the enemy base. And it's nothing fancy, but yeah, it's still kind of cool. Kind of adds to the feel there. So anyway, done with all that. We're gonna get started here. But yeah, like I said, this is one of those games that it really relies on the story, you know, the story and making you feel for the characters, and you see how the characters grow and change over the course of the story. So, it's definitely enjoyable there. Now, this is the battle screen. This is just how battles are conducted. You know, like I said, basically all you do is you have these bases here. You're going to move across the map, capturing city to city until you reach the enemy headquarters and capture it, and you win the mission. So now I just tell my guy to move here. He moves out. You can go ahead and just choose the wrong one. Sorry. Choose to dispatch more guys. This is Dio, the guy I was telling you about. You know, can end up leaving your team if you make the wrong choices. You know, send out a guy, you just choose another team, dispatch, and there you go. They come out to fight. You know, the idea is just I'm going to try and capture that city and work my way up to the enemy HQ right there. And I'll just show you a battle real quick too. So go ahead and just my guy's going to run into their guy. And when the two, two characters meet, a battle begins. Now, battles are pretty straightforward. It's not like traditional RPGs where you control the characters. Instead, they take turns attacking, and they do it automatically. You can choose the battle strategy, and that tells your guys to attack. I always do attack leader, because you take out the leader, and, you know, the enemy team is useless without the leader. Now, what's kind of cool, though, is as the course of the battle takes place, you got this little bar here that's going to fill up. You know, and first bar lets you choose your battle strategy, second bar lets you run, third bar lets you use what's called your Elm Pedra, and your Pedra is basically kind of like the game's equivalent of magic. At the start of the game, you get to pick one, and later in the game, you can pick up the other ones. As you can tell, my guys have the major advantage in this fight, but anyway, use a Pedra here. And I guess we'll do Pedra Virtue because I'm fighting demons. So now here they just, you know, magic comes out and attacks the guys. You know, keeps hitting them and, you know, helps kill them. So there you go. And everyone will attack their set number of times. Most characters attack 3 times at most, usually. You know, as you can tell, my team has the major advantage here because my guys are way stronger. Yeah, it's another thing, you know, depending on certain things in the battle, like your level and if your guys are good or evil, your character's alignment will go up and down accordingly. The last thing that's kind of cool, too, that kind of set this game ahead of its time is the fact that cities here, cities have, you know, cities are good or evil as well. So if you use a good character to, you know, go to a good city, you're going to liberate the city, you're going to free them. You know, on the opposite side, if you use an evil character to go to a good city, instead of freeing them, you're going to capture the city. This doesn't have, and this has some small effect in the plot, like certain things characters say to you throughout the game. You know, they'll comment if you're helping people, opposed to kind of forcing your way on them, and also it affects what ending you will get. You know, if you free more places than you capture, you're going to get one of the good ending. If you capture more places, you're going to get one of the bad endings. So, you know, that in itself, that's kind of cool too, honestly. So, you know, that's just, I mean, to me, in many respects, this game was kind of ahead of its time there, because, you know, it had a great battle system, you know, and good story and everything like that. And just lots of just little things they put in like that that make it a lot of fun there. I go and just do this. And last thing, I'm just going to show you real quick what it's like to capture a city there. But I mean, yeah, I mean, definitely, this game is definitely worthwhile to play there. Now, the undead guys regenerate because I didn't kill them with holy weapons, but it doesn't matter, I still won the fight. And yeah, this game is definitely worth anyone playing, in my opinion. Apparently, I gotta fight this guy again. Now, this won't last too long, it's one dude versus all four of my guys. Yeah, that's what I thought. So I'll just show you what happens when I go into town here. Figure might as well, because I'm right at it. So go in there. Yeah, see, it said he captured the stronghold. And that's what I mean about capturing or liberating places. So I'm just going to kind of continue on like this, one place to another, capturing all these till I get to the base there. And that's really about it. I mean, you know, the game has a lot of variety, has a lot of stuff in it, all special units, you gotta do side quests for, and it's just a really big and expansive game. It's a lot of fun. I mean, right now I believe it's going to the virtual console for less than $10 or something like that. So if you can, definitely download it, play it. You won't regret it. Awesome, amazing game there. And if you can get an original copy for the Nintendo 64, all the better. I believe used they're going for about 30. Now brand new copies are ridiculous. They're like $200 something. So I wouldn't even bother with that. But yeah, definitely RPG. If you're an RPG fan or if you like Fire Emblem or any of those games, definitely check this game out. And that's about it for it there. So, you know, as always, let me know what you think. Feel free to like, share, review my video, give me any thoughts, feedback, or opinions you have. And you just feel free to visit my site, you know, hit me up and give me any opinions, and I look forward to hearing from all of you.